All right, folks, ready for another deep dive? Today, we're heading straight into the whirlwind that is Manchester United.
Manchester United.
You gotta admit, the biggest team in the world, always making headlines,
Always.
can't seem to stay out of the news cycle, can they? Every single day, another leak, another drama. And today, well, today the whispers are coming from the locker room.
Oh, locker room talk, eh?
Again, it's like a broken record. Happens no matter who's managing.
It does make you wonder. These leaks, they suggest something's not quite right. Deeper issue, maybe.
Yeah, maybe a lack of unity. Keeps bubbling to the surface.
Exactly. Like a leaky faucet you just can't seem to fix.
Perfect analogy.
Yeah.
So, what's got the players gossiping this time? Seems like there are some doubts about their manager, Ruben Amorim, and his system.
Ruben Amorim. Interesting. Not a full-blown mutiny, but definitely some chatter.
Right. Are they thinking about a change of plan? Something that might suit them better?
That's the big question. Now, Amorim, he's known for his very specific 3-4-3, right? With those wingbacks. His signature, you could say. It's like his footballing gospel.
Yeah, but 8 losses in his first 20 games. Those doubts start to sound a little less like whispers, don't they?
They do. And even Gary Neville's chimed in.
Gary Neville,
Yeah.
a Manchester United legend.
Exactly. And he's pointed out that Amorim might be having a bit of trouble getting his ideas across to the players.
Yeah, when Neville speaks, people listen. He's not just some talking head. He's lived and breathed this club.
Absolutely. So now you've got a manager clinging to his philosophy, a team tiptoeing around the relegation zone.
Dangerously close, I'd say.
And, of course, the whispers of discontent in the ranks.
Pressure cooker situation?
Absolutely a pressure cooker. And to make things even spicier, Amorim's publicly stated he's sticking to his guns.
Oh, really? Doubling down, is he?
Staying true to his system no matter what. Gotta admire the conviction, but how long can he realistically hold on to that? Especially if results don't improve. Pressure from the fans, the players even, it'll be immense.
It'll be interesting to see how that plays out. And then there was that FA Cup win against Leicester.
A win's a win, they say.
Right, but from what I've read, even Amorim himself wasn't exactly thrilled.
Almost as if the win itself highlighted the problems.
Yeah. If a win feels unconvincing, just adds to the unease. Doesn't really fix anything.
Exactly. Speaking of unease, there's another storm brewing.
Oh yeah? There's always another storm. Tell me about it.
Sir Jim Ratcliffe's back in the picture.
Yep.
And the rumor has it, potential job cuts are coming. We could be talking over 100 positions.
Whoa, that's massive. That's a huge blow to the club.
It's a big deal, no doubt about it. Creates a really complex situation, doesn't it? On one hand, you've got these potential job losses, affects so many people's livelihoods. But on the other hand, the rationale behind it, from what I'm hearing, is to free up some funds. Give Amorim the resources he needs to, strengthen the squad, turn things around.
So it's a balancing act. Kind of feels counterintuitive though, right?
Does, doesn't it?
Like fixing a leaky roof by removing some of the walls. Bold strategy, to say the least.
And this isn't even the first time Ratcliffe's taken this approach. Last year, they let go of about 250 staff members.
So there's a pattern here. Streamlining the business, it seems.
Definitely a focus on that. Gotta look at the bigger picture, too. Manchester United, they had the largest staff count in the Premier League. Over 1,100 employees.
Wow, that is a lot of mouths to feed.
It is. And these cuts might seem drastic, but the club's been facing substantial financial losses.
Really, despite the record revenues.
Yep. And then there's the Premier League's profit and sustainability rules.
Right, can't forget about those.
Yeah.
So it's this balancing act, staying competitive on the pitch, keeping the books in order. Tough spot to be in.
It really is.
And the human element, you can't ignore that.
Of course not. It's people's lives, their careers.
Exactly. And I know the reasoning behind the cuts might make sense from a business point of view.
Right.
But the impact on the individuals involved, that's undeniable.
Absolutely undeniable. It really makes you think, doesn't it? About how interconnected everything is at a football club.
Yeah.
What happens on the pitch, it's tied to the business side, the fans, the staff. It's a whole ecosystem, really.
It is, yeah. Whole ecosystem. And right now, the Manchester United ecosystem seems to be, in a bit of a state of flux.
To say the least. Especially for the staff there. This must be a pretty turbulent time.
I can't even imagine. And from what I've heard, they haven't even been officially told about these potential job cuts.
Oh, wow. That's got to be rough, just that cloud hanging over you. Not knowing if your job is secure, that's unsettling.
Definitely unsettling. Makes you think about the communication within the club, too,
Absolutely. Lack of transparency, maybe?
Perhaps. It's
Really?
almost ironic. Well, The point of these cuts, at least according to the reports, is to give Amorim more resources so he can strengthen the team. But on one hand, you have these potential job losses, and on the other, you're investing in the players. It's a bit of a head-scratcher.
It is a complex equation, that's for sure. Is it fair to sacrifice the livelihoods of staff members to potentially improve the team's performance? Where do you draw the line?
Tough question. Financial prudence versus the well-being of your employees.
Exactly. No easy answers there. And this is Manchester United we're talking about. One of the most storied clubs in football history. Adds another layer of complexity, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. Global powerhouse. The expectations from the fans within the club itself, it's massive. It's a legacy.
A legacy that carries a lot of weight and a lot of pressure.
For sure. All playing out on the world stage, too. So where does Manchester United go from here? What's the next chapter in this saga?
Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? On the pitch, a lot hinges on Amorim. Can he make his system work with the players he has now? Or will he have to change things up?
Maybe even compromise his footballing principles.
Maybe. And off the pitch, well, they need to find a way forward that's sustainable, balancing the financial stability with the club's ambitions.
And the needs of the employees. Can't forget about that.
Of course not. It's a tightrope walk. And every decision they make will have consequences, ripples throughout the club. It's a delicate ecosystem, remember?
Right. Even small changes can have big consequences. It's fascinating, though, how all these separate issues, the locker room leaks, the job cuts, the finances, how they're all connected.
Like threads in a tapestry.
Exactly.
And it's a tapestry that's always changing, always evolving. Every new development, every twist and turn, that's what makes following a club like Manchester United so compelling.
Keeps you on the edge of your seat. But at the end of the day, I keep thinking about the staff, caught in the middle of all this uncertainty.
It's easy to forget about them, isn't it, when you're focused on the drama, the stats, but they're the ones who really bear the brunt of these decisions.
It's a reality check. Easy to get lost in all the noise, but yeah, it's the people who really feel it.
Right. And their stories, they give you a different view. You get a better understanding of what's going on inside the club. We're talking about the ticket sellers, the ground staff, the coaches, the admin folks, everyone who keeps the club running.
It takes a village, as they say. So for everyone listening, here's what we're left with. Amorim's got his vision, but can he actually make it work? I mean, with the players he has, the resources, or will he have to adapt, maybe compromise? And then there's those job cuts looming. How's that going to ripple through the club? On the pitch, off the pitch?
It's a turning point for Manchester United, that's for sure. The choices they make now, these next few weeks, months, it'll have a huge impact. Could shape the club for years to come.
Standing at a crossroads, huh?
Exactly. Makes you wonder, what would Sir Alex do?
The legend.
Yeah.
He always seemed to find a way, didn't he? But things are different now. Football's a different beast.
It is. But it shows you, even the biggest teams in the world, they have their struggles, internal, external. And these battles, they're not just on the pitch. They're in the boardroom, the locker room, even the minds of the fans.
Constantly changing, too. Full of surprises. And as we've seen in this deep dive, the situation at Manchester United, it's anything but simple.
Yeah.
No easy answers, no guarantees.
Nope. But one thing's for sure, the decisions made today, they'll have consequences. They'll echo through Old Trafford.
They will. Well, folks, that's our deep dive into Manchester United. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more soon.